Welcome to July 27th, 2016 Planning Board meeting. Neil, hello. There we go. First item on the agenda is Cold Springs Campground on Colby Road.
That's a revised plan.
Big ones. We need the bigger table and smaller plans.
And you all have copies of the email from the town engineer who has reviewed these. And there's one copy, because I got tired of wasting paper.
Share that with us.
Of the corrections that the town engineer noted.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we're continued to this month. And what we've done since we were here last, we had to show the 100-foot, I moved the parking area line, the 100 feet from the other side of the road, so we have a 100-foot buffer. I added a tree line, there's a tree line there.
What was it? I'm sorry, Mr. Art, what did you say there?
The 100-foot buffer, you asked to show the 100-foot buffer.
Okay.
And the tree line you also asked for. The tree line everywhere except for obviously where the driveway is. And the engineer. You asked for, this was 2 months ago, you asked for the town engineer to look at drainage, infiltration, and erosion. And he's done that. Has a positive, he likes everything we've done. Or he's okay with it. So what we're doing is some dry wells there. You can see the dry well system to keep that water from running off the site.
So basically the dry well system's going to flood 3 feet and then discharge. Water.
Keeps it out right there. And I think, I don't remember if the proposed future building, Scott asked me to add that because in the future they want to put a building there. You're not approving that tonight, but just should show, we thought we'd show you that. And mainly, we did that so the engineer could accommodate for that too. So this dry well system will accommodate that proposed future building.
I believe in the email Pete suggested that you actually show that on the plan, or note it on the plan, so that they won't have to come back for further site plan review.
No, he says he presumes it's not the applicant's intent to obtain site plan approval for construction of commercial building.
Yeah, that was not part of our proposal here. When we came in for a parking lot. So it can't be part of this approval.
John has it.
Bruce, pass that email down.
He may not, and Steve might not know that that was on the first plan. He may just say. But when we applied, we never applied for a building.
Why don't-
But it should be just a formality that we come through. Shouldn't be much review.
So you're showing the zone line from the other side of the road? The zoning ordinance says it should be from the center line. You read, I don't remember what section it was right now, I did look it up the other day. Is that the existing tree line or is that a proposed tree line?
No, that's existing.
Zoning district boundary lines as shown on the zoning map shall parallel the center line of any road street. Does it say? So parallel the center line of any road street or other village road.
I'm on page 33, 25-7.
buffer strips. In an industrial district, any new commercial or new industrial activity adjoining an existing residential home at the effective date of this ordinance, or land in a residential district, shall not locate within 100 feet of a property line or the boundary separating the two districts, and shall provide for and maintain a strip of native plantings. So it's not a choice of, I would assume it's the greater distance, property line or the boundary separating the two districts. And I think the boundary is the middle of the road. But I don't
It
know
doesn't matter,
that.
the property line's on the edge of the road, the stone wall's the property line.
I assume for
Property
the,
line of the butter, isn't it?
on this,
What's it say?
well, it's, you have the 100-foot buffer on the side between the property line and the 100 feet, so that's the property line. But where it, at the top of the, on Colby Road, the 100 feet needs to be from the boundary between the two districts.
No, I think it needs to be from the property line, along the road.
No, I read that differently, Craig. I think he's got it right for the side buffer, but I'm not sure that he has it right for the Colby Road buffer. If, on the other side of Colby Road, it's a residential district. And the question is, where is the boundary between the residential and the commercial district? Is it the property line of the home in the residential district, or is it the center line of the road? In other words, what is the...
I think it's the property line of the subject parcel.
Yeah, I would think so too.
But then,
Because you can't,
Can I just object to that? Because if it's 100 feet from all the other property lines, why would it be 100 feet plus the road from the, I don't understand that.
well, it's a buffer, so the road's not gonna be much of a buffer.
Well, it's a buffer from distance.
No, well, we're talking.
Because it say the road's 30 feet, that now it's 130 feet. It's really a formality. I don't think we're really even using that.
Well, it's saying, then shall provide for and maintain a strip of native plantings approved by the planning board. It's pretty hard to plant anything on the road.
Well, it says within 100 feet, right? You can be back, you don't have to be right to the street, you don't have to be right to their property line, I would think.
Okay, let's read this one more time. In any industrial district, any new commercial or new industrial activity adjoining an existing residential home at the date of this ordinance or land in a residential district shall not locate within 100 feet of a property line or the boundary separating the two districts. My interpretation is shall not locate within 100 feet of the property line means the stone wall.
See, I interpret that to be the property line of the abutter.
On the side, that is the property line,
Right, so what's?
that's the property line of the abutter, so that's naturally 100 feet.
but on the Colby Road, on the
It
Colby...
could be, I mean, if you call it 100 feet from the property line of the abutter across the street, it would be their front property line.
But where you have a situation where two districts abut,
We've never seen that before.
then the 100 feet is measured from the point where the,
Across the road.
not the property line of the
Pretty close.
abutter, not the property line of the subject property, but the line joining the two districts, wherever that is. I assume the line goes through Colby Road, and therefore I would assume it's the center of the road.
Where is the
And I would
zoning
assume it's
district
the property line of each
line?
parcel that is of such a
If you look
zone.
at the master
So
plan,
this
there's
piece
nothing
of
we have
property
unless
is
something
zoned
kind of indicates it's the other
industrial,
side of the road.
and the other side of the other side is residential.
Right.
So I mean,
So I say that
if
the
the
zone goes to the
district map,
street. Why zone
Line.
the street line industrial? You know, it's-
Chip, do we have any information as to exactly where the boundary?
that's what Craig's looking up right now.
Well, yeah,
That map is pretty
I
iffy.
think
Yes.
it's maybe.
Well, that has it, that shows all the roads colored anyway, so you can't, I mean, you could.
When we created the district, don't we have some language that says where the line is, that describes?
You know, I wasn't here then,
No.
I've never read anything that
You've never seen anything that,
determined where the line was, it was just, this is the line written in the sand. You're on this side, you're in one district, you're on that side, you're in another, and then they color coded it.
Pretty vague, huh, Craig?
well, the road's green.
Yeah, it's just gonna You're gonna look at, it's gonna be that much more. Okay, so, if we go to the middle, oh, are you happy with the middle? Neil?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it looks like the district's on the south side of Colby Road.
I think it's reading shall not locate within 100 feet of a property line.
But then why does it say district boundary?
If the boundaries, if part of the property is zoned industrial and part of the property is zoned residential, why would you have a,
Oh. Okay. That's a reasonable interpretation.
Well, how far would that move that buffer line back?
25 feet, maybe
It shouldn't
30,
make any difference to them any.
25 or 30.
I would say that's
it'd
insignificant.
be about here.
It really doesn't affect us.
No, but they're saying our,
You could draw the line anywhere you want.
I guess.
No, we can't. 100 feet.
That's what you can make it 100 feet, but I mean, it really is irrelevant to what he's doing here. So if he's got
No.
a 25-foot difference, he just moves his trailers 25 feet that way, done. That's the length of one trailer.
From
I think the issue is we have to be consistent in how we interpret the statute.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
the
it
district
doesn't
line looks like
matter
it's following this
to
lot
them
line, so the edge of
for
the
their
road.
operation.
Okay, first you put a line on the map.
Pretty much, right.
If this is existing tree line, are we gonna make it plant anything in there?
You would lose,
That's the next question.
What's in there now?
I asked this, the existing tree line, or said yes it was, so I assume nothing.
Well, it could be buffer brush.
Craig,
Could be,
the plantings have to be in the buffer area,
yes,
not in the road.
correct.
So even under Art's interpretation, the plantings would have to be on the south side of the stone wall.
Yes,
And there are plantings there, I'm sure.
And there are plantings there now.
There's probably 75 feet of plantings.
What are the plans, a visual variant? What's there now?
So
Visual
the way,
barrier.
the map, the way
There's
you showed it,
plantings
this
there
is the
now.
line.
Right,
Plantings of
So
what?
it's 100 feet back.
right.
I haven't been up there.
it shall provide for and maintain a strip of native planting approved by the planning board sufficient to act as a visual screen and sound buffer as appropriate to the proposed development and or activity along and within the buffer strip. Keeps going.
Do you have a picture of what's there?
No.
You know, I went down and looked and didn't pay attention to that.
I probably do on my phone, in my car. I can go get it. Or-
Don't Photoshop it on the way back here.
No.
If I remember right, this is kind of sparse, but I don't remember for sure.
Last time I was there, but it was a while, wasn't much.
No. You can see the trailers.
How many
existing.
stuff maybe?
All right, is this a,
Line of sight that you have is pretty much right back through.
Yeah, you could, I don't know.
Stone
Error.
With this here, I don't know.
the stone trench detail here? Just on the north arrow on page 2. You've got 2 flyout notes there. One says install 15-foot wide by 5-foot high stone trench at elevation, should it be 5 foot deep? Or,
Stone line is a tree line?
That sounds funny, doesn't it?
yeah,
but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
no, 5 foot high would be sticking out of the ground, that'd be my interpretation.
That would be above
What does
ground.
this
Yeah.
wall go?
Yeah, but you can't, you know you can't put a trench
What's it
coat
gonna
around.
do?
No, I know.
Saying. Hopefully percolate down.
It's probably just a term.
But that trench is going to be driven over, right?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
underground.
Yeah, it's underneath the
Oh, it's
parking
an
lot.
underground
Yeah, it's not
pipe. Oh, I see.
it's not a stone
It's like a
wall.
septic.
And that's
It's
another
like-
pipe there?
And there's going to be a pipe at the end of it?
No, it is a pipe, the thing's a 3-foot diameter, it's a retention
270.
So that's a
structure,
3-foot,
This pipe.
Diameter.
551.
170 feet,
Yeah, pipe
3-foot pipe
264.
for retaining water.
And then-
260.
what's this?
It's an
So the
outlet,
water doesn't flow.
it's gonna be at the top of it.
What
Why do
diameter?
you want the water over there?
It's better than flowing in the pump tank.
15 inch,
Flowing back to here.
So
flowing over
if this
pump
fills
tank.
up and overflows, it goes out here?
right.
Where's it going in?
This is what it's-
What's the slope here?
Who's wetlands?
These people.
There's something over here.
Good.
Art, what's the slope
Probably 2 to 1.
behind the building? 2 to 1?
I think it is.
Yes, and with this 5 foot, but to give you a perspective when you're looking at this, that would be the left side of the property, and the road would be on over here. And this is just, I mean, it's trees, and then that's the trailer, so you can see where the parking lot is. That's the road going in. Which is all, that's the lot.
So those walls right here, that road drops here.
Yeah, the road comes in here, and there's a rock wall on both sides of the way.
Yeah, see what there's lighting
I'm
over here,
cleaning
but
this
there
up,
isn't.
it's not gonna look like that, but, I mean, I'll keep the buffer there, but I'm not gonna keep it looking like that. And that's that's if you were trying to look through those trailers behind there, I mean, it's thick.
If you're standing on Colby Road.
Yep.
Or at your mom's house,
Yep,
This
on her
is-
front porch,
This is
Yeah.
on Colby Road.
and you got a full load of trailers in there,
You
is she gonna be able to see them?
That's not a mom. That's
I
his
thought it's-
that's my aunt, but
Your
yeah,
aunt.
she can't see them.
Sorry.
But beside me is, I mean, the other part that you can see that's not me. Where Winter Wonder stuff,
Yeah.
that's wide open.
No, that's different.
You could look through them and see me eventually, but I'm gonna put a buffer up, because I don't wanna see them and vice versa, so, but I'm gonna do on my own, just put a buffer between me and them. So when I do that, then you can't see it from anything, except for if you look dead on into it.
And what about the winter?
I don't think that you'll be able to see much, there's a lot of pine trees in here. You can kinda see there's some hardwoods in there.
Where am I standing?
That would be.
Oh my God,
Let me
where's the road?
start- Let me start. Okay, this,
Ice jumper.
I'm right at the road, and that's to the left of the road. So as you
Iron and
drive in, that would be the
I
left.
haven't eaten any
Yep.
bullets today.
And then as you go into it a little deeper, that's the road that's there now, that's the driveway. So
But now I'm onto the property.
you're on the property, that's the tree line. So you can see it's probably, I mean, it's thick, it's
Yeah.
all the way to. But my intention isn't to have a high visibility area, because what we're gonna do is we wanna put a building for service only, which is why we're doing this now, is we wanna put a building next on top of this. And the service isn't a high visibility thing, it's, people are gonna know it's there, and we're gonna send people there, so it's gonna be service building, it doesn't need big signage, because it's not soliciting people off the street. It's just ancillary towers.
And is that building going to have toilets and water?
You'll have everything. It's gonna be everything, septic system and all that.
And where's the do you need to show on here where that's going to be?
Well, what we
Not
wanna
yet.
do first is get the approval for the lot layout, and then I'm gonna get together and do a septic design and everything, in a building, in another meeting.
Probably go
Probably
across it, what are they telling me?
The reason I'm asking is that you don't want to create a situation now
Right.
where you
This
have
goes
to
up?
ask for a variance
Down.
because you created your own hardship.
Right.
So
Yeah.
are you confident that you're going to be able to meet all the requirements for putting a septic system and having water and
Yeah, 'cause the
everything else?
setbacks and everything from wetland and all that stuff, yeah,
Shouldn't be a problem.
yeah,
The soil will take it?
oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sand and
It's not even real, it's sand.
I was gonna say, why don't we leave the buffer the way it is now, the piece, and, because it's just a parking lot. When he comes back in for the building, if he comes back in for the building, we can worry about the buffer or have him install a bigger buffer at that point. He's got to do a new site plan for another building. Move the buffer line so it's shown 100 feet from
Move
the
the line
stone
to the
wall.
right
Move
place.
the line, but don't actually plant any trees right now with this application. If he comes back into the building at a future date, at that point in time, we can
So the
look
next,
at increasing the density of the buffer, I should say.
so the next plan will show the buffer 100 feet back from the stone
This one's
wall.
gonna,
Well,
he's gonna have to fix
this one
this
will
one.
show the buffer line 100 feet from the stone wall.
Okay,
No, don't make him plant it right now, is what I'm trying to say. Leave the trees as is adequate for a parking lot.
and so what happens if he decides not to go ahead with the building?
That it stays
It's
the
still
way it
just a
is.
parking lot.
Craig, I don't interpret this as meaning that the whole buffer has to be filled with trees.
No, it does not.
No, okay, I thought that's what you were saying.
No,
You need a 100-foot
We need
setback, and there
adequate-
has to be a buffer.
we have to show an adequate screening.
Native planting sufficient to act as a visual screen and sound buffer as appropriate to the proposed development,
So just,
along and within the buffer strip.
just moving that line, if we're gonna talk about the
Well-
property line, we're talking about the property line of the industrial property, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, you know, if it doesn't make any difference, then why do it twice? Why not just move that line on the drawing to whatever it is, 25 feet or whatever it is, if it's not gonna interfere with what they're doing, and then we don't do it all over again, and look at the same thing and have the same discussion.
Right.
No, I think your suggestion is
I
okay.
think for a
Yep.
parking lot, I think,
That's what you were saying, basically, sure. You want me to move that buffer back?
move the line, but we aren't gonna say, we're saying this,
Don't add anything, just.
the existing
just move the line
screening,
back.
we were saying the existing screening is adequate for this use.
In other words, yeah, we can't use,
So you
we
don't
can
need
only
to plant,
park,
you don't need to plant any trees in it, you just
we
gotta
can
move
only
the
park
line.
100 feet. We can't be any closer to that stone wall.
Right.
100 feet.
right.
We have to be, the parking has to be 100 feet from that.
What are the little, okay, yes. What are the little plus signs, what's that? What's
Oh,
mean?
that was just to show the, well, on the first page, it shows the additional parking. Yeah, maybe I didn't need it on this plan. I'll take those off of this plan.
be?
Oh, I see.
I'll take the pluses
No.
off this plan.
It's
I
slope.
understand. So the cross hatching is an existing
Says here
parking
3 to
area,
1 slope,
and the little
3 to
plus
1.
signs are the
And that's
additional parking area.
yeah.
Okay.
You
He's got
can
fill-
you
so
can
he's gonna be
stabilize
filling
it
this
pretty
area.
well, yeah.
It's, I. And the material to fill this area is coming from up top of the area across 114 from Cold Springs?
No, it's gonna come from out back of this
What's the
property.
easement for? How many
That's,
parking back there?
that's an easement for this
Well,
one.
we're not taking a lot of
Oh, yeah?
material out
Oh,
of it.
Yeah.
Remember
Very
the other,
nice,
we took
actually.
the other parking lot away?
So, and there's enough material on this site to bring,
Oh, yeah, it's quite a bit up. It's 18 acres.
without going into the aquifer?
On that fill slope, you got some squares, what are those things?
I think, you know, I gotta look at that, I think that's the silt fence. And they're just, I don't know why they're so big. I looked at that when I was plotting it out, I don't know.
They're gonna come through.
I'll check that.
Yep,
And
So
this
I'll
is
check
high
the
ground?
squares.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna move it over.
Okay, and then on the
yeah, there's a big hump
square
right here.
furthest west.
What's that?
I
290,
assume you're outside the easement? It looks like it's really, really close, maybe in it.
10 feet, there's like a 10-foot hump, high
That's
hump
right
right
on
here. You can carve out.
Okay,
Well,
What
the
is
silt
square?
fence looks like it's there, yeah.
well, usually you have a.
We'll cut that back a little bit.
Silt fence symbol like this,
270.
he thinks the square end up.
There's no fill
About
going
20
into the
feet higher
buffer.
than here, so.
No, and he
Just
can't,
so-
he
just
can't
so-
take the fill. I assume he can't,
It's a
well, I
symbol
guess he
with
could
the
take the fill from the
AutoCAD screwed up.
No, but he's gotta keep that.
Oh, that's all it is? All these squares?
But
Yeah,
there's
it's
plenty
silt
right in here without
fence.
getting in the buffer.
Not carried away.
Oh, I see.
So you propose a silt fence or a mulch berm, or both? I see install mulch berm typical, pointing to a big thick line.
That's a good question, I don't know, I just got these the other day, so I. And the details. Last page.
Yeah, the last page is upside down. Had to say something.
I don't see a detail for this.
I don't see any silt fence detail, so it must not be there.
Maybe it's in the notes.
Where's the roof brush?
All your last page is upside down, Craig.
Hopefully that's going on this slope.
This is 3. Well, there's got a silt fence detail on the
Done one?
3rd page,
Done one?
4th page, I think. In the middle of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. So we do have it.
Second page from the end. Right there.
E3. Plan E3.
Where's the jute matting going?
Let's see what else.
Is that going all the way through to one slope?
Everything says 3-to-1. Is it measure out, does it scale out at 2-to-1? Right underneath the elbow, it says 3-to-1. It's 3-to-1, they should be able to stabilize that pretty easy.
John, will
Yeah. You have a handy?
it? No, but I'll go get
Okay,
you
don't worry
one.
about it. I can wing it.
There used to be some in that cupboard over there.
I got a bunch of them on the truck. Probably 3-to-1. Using my handy scale here.
So they're gonna pave this off the Colby, off from Colby Road, this gets
Right.
paved.
Right.
What's the black dot?
And just for- instead of using arrow, we used a black dot in that case. Install construction entrance.
What's that little construction?
When you, there's a detail in
On one of these?
best practices manual on construction entrances,
This is.
It's actually a- development.
You know where
It's-
you know where jute matting is
Yeah.
going?
Just make sure that you're not dragging material out into the road when you're bringing trucks out when you're working.
I don't know, it shows it in swales there. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, prevent tracking of sediment under the public road. Usually it's a, put some crushed stone
The only I
down
can
for,
see is on the
Right.
slopes.
That's what I would do.
yeah.
May say it in the.
But you gotta change that, buffer location, you wanna change that note where it says 5-foot high stone trench to 5 foot
5 foot
deep or something, yeah,
Oh, deep.
Huh?
Deep.
yeah.
Want to change the note above to 36-inch perforator rather than 36-foot perforator?
36-inch, yeah. Is there a typo?
Save your client a little bit of money.
Yeah, a little bit.
What is this trench actually going to do?
Hold water.
So the water comes down here.
Yeah, the water goes into the dry well, there's a dry well
No,
here, there's a
wait a
dry well
minute.
here.
The water's over here. Is it gonna go this way?
Yeah, it's gonna be all graded, so it collects into that.
Graded?
Yeah, the way they grade the parking lot, they're gonna slope it,
On the top?
yeah,
Oh, not on the bottom?
no.
Okay, the jute
That's a good idea, actually. That's a very good idea.
Across the street, the whole parking lots, the whole front yard is full of those things. The school.
Oh, I saw it. They're talking about it. I saw that construction.
It's essentially the same thing, just one long one.
But the school.
Yeah, they're not that big. Right. These are 36 inches. Or knee high.
And what are these responses? Those drawings?
No, that was his line type, his silt fence line type that got away from him in AutoCAD.
He's got some notes about blasting, so I think he's got a lot of general notes here.
His line type scale is off from that object.
So those, I'm using vinyl, those will disappear.
Yeah.
These are such dark lines that they're just showing, grade.
Usually you do that, you show the original grade lines, like you did kind of faint, and then these are the finished grade lines, so that they kind of overpowered lines underneath, so you get a better feel what it looks like when it's done. If you had all the
I'll
same
just
line
tear
weight,
this
it
place
would be
apart now.
difficult to distinguish between the two.
So that's done intentionally.
Yeah. Just to make it easier to read the plan.
Isn't that matting? Everything's loamed and seeded. Nice.
Yeah, you don't have any swales or anything anyway.
No, I don't know where I put that number in. I can ask him.
You ready for a motion, Craig?
Yeah, but one thing I would like to see as a purpose on this plan is to say that the site plan is to show a parking lot. And something about no building is opposed to the site plan. So that's something I'm ready for.
I got one question.
Yes.
Is there a calculation of the volume of water that might go through that drywall?
I'm sure there is.
Yes, I'm sure there
You
is.
sure there is? We just don't know what it is?
I don't.
Yeah, I just have to wonder, that water's being discharged, what happens when, at the other end? When is it, I mean, is there sufficient,
I haven't really analyzed it, honestly.
no?
I really can't tell you. All I know is
It looks like it's going over onto the next lot among other places.
No,
No? It won't?
Well, the wetland line is right at the lot line.
There's a swamp out
Is there? Big one?
Yeah.
that could take a lot of water.
So in other words, the swamp continues on here.
Oh, yes.
He's
there.
just
It's the
showing,
one that flows
he's
out
just showing-
behind Bovier's land and into the, right where the septic lagoons used to be.
oh yeah?
Shows that little house Thomas Finley used to live in there.
Okay, so it's no problem, is what we're saying.
I think that's the problem.
Your engineer says no problem.
Good enough.
You want that purpose of plan on either sheet or is it not?
I think it should be on sheet 1 and 2 at least. Since-
And you want it to be as
Since I'm signing those
a
plans.
parking area for RVs?
The building's shown on page 2, sheet 2, so it should,
So he has a place for you to sign both sheets, so.
is that, yeah.
Yeah, we can put it on.
What was the note we dreamed up about,
The buffer?
parking on the other one? About no pedestrians and all that kind of stuff?
Not for
We should
customer viewing.
Yes.
I just put it on.
No sales, I think it was no sales for customer viewing.
Tom had the note, that's what I was asking Tom.
Pardon me?
You dreamed up the note, that's
That
what.
was for the other side of the
Yeah,
road.
should we put that note on this one too?
Well, it's not quite the hazard here.
No,
that
it certainly
would be
isn't.
On 114, so I don't think it's a big deal.
I would just add a note saying the purpose of the plan is to show a parking area for,
Construct a parking lot for RVs.
yes, no buildings are planned at this time. Or no,
what was it?
Instead of saying no buil, why don't you put, the erection of a building will require another site plan approval or something like that? Prior to the erection
yeah,
of any
the
structure.
erection of any buildings would require site plan approval.
Yeah,
The proposed building is not part of the approval of this plan.
yeah.
Yes, something to that effect, yes.
You said something at the end of that note, construct a parking lot for RVs, RV vehicles. And you said something else.
Something about the building is,
Yeah,
That's separate.
yeah, that's another note, it's gonna say the proposed building is not a part of this approval. And basically, yeah, that's all, it's a part, we're constructing a parking lot for RV vehicles. Yep, that's the purpose.
I think it's important that the building, even though we're not going to build, that the intent of the design for water retention is based on the building. That kind of building. Okay.
He's just saying that the drainage was designed for that building. The building to be there. In other words, I had the engineer say, look, we're gonna be putting a building, make sure you accommodate for the building.
But-
The
but
roof
even-
runoff calculations included in it somehow.
Yeah.
But if the building is never built, this is still
It's over,
adequate.
it's.
It's over-engineered.
Well, and it really isn't, because it's all impervious there. You know,
Because
so
because the parking lot's impervious, the building doesn't add to the
It
impervious area.
doesn't change, yeah, it doesn't change.
It does change the pitch.
But we did wanna make
Right.
sure it
That's
gets,
why we designed it with a low pitch roof, one single slope, to bring the water back around.
What percentage of the area is parking lot? What percentage of the whole 18-acre parcel?
ooh, I don't know if I know that right now. I think it was, we were approaching 10%, or maybe a little more. I think it's a little more.
So how big is the parking area? Well, you don't know that.
I can't answer that.
Does that 10, is this in the aquifer zone? Does the 10% apply to this?
Yes.
But it's the 10% it's held to 10% unless it's engineered. And we engineered it. It says it in the
Yes.
Yeah, if
If
you've
it's
got the
engineered, you can go
If you've
more
got the
than
drainage, he's
10%.
taking care of the water, then it's,
So it's not an issue, Craig?
The main thing is that we're retaining, it's engineered to retain the water. The reason why it's only 10% is because they want that water to stay on there.
On the property?
They'll let 10% go, I guess. If it gets over 10%, then it's more crucial. It's the design. So technically, you should be able to do 50% of it, as long as it's designed. As long as you're.
As long as the water's being retained on the
As long as
property.
it's being addressed, yeah, then you should be able to do more. That's the way I would take it.
How about if you had two notes? One, the purpose of the plan is to construct a parking lot for recreational vehicle storage. Two, the 58.5 by 170 building is not approved with this application. The building as shown is included in the drainage calculations.
The building,
As shown is included in the drainage calculations. Just so it's on the record that it was included.
the building as proposed is included in the drainage calculations.
The building as shown is, yeah, included in, how about if we say the building runoff? That would make more sense. The building runoff as shown is the building, yes. Something, you know what I mean.
So whatever you say is what's going on this plan, so. I may not even get it written down, I'll have to get the minutes. Change it, that's what's talking, because I'm writing,
Yes, I did, change it again.
so I might wait
The
for the
58
minute.
and a half by 170-foot building is not approved with this application.
Yeah,
The runoff from the building as shown is included in the drainage calculations.
no, keep forgetting it. She's good.
I'll get it off the tape, because I didn't get it, I didn't get it.
Why would you want that
understand.
last one?
Applicant's requesting it.
Yeah, but we're not really critiquing that, whether it is or it isn't, and we're not, and he's not applying for the building.
Which the engineer said he did also.
I guess we could take the building off.
Well, I don't want to come back here and be told that the parking lot that you approved, that doesn't meet the requirements for the building lot. That's why we asked that the engineer factor in the drainage, because with the aquifer, it's important for the drainage to be.
And if we put a note on there, those two notes stating that it's not part of the approval, and that the drainage is included,
That solves the problem.
then it's no big deal that it's there.
You ready for
Does
a
that help?
motion?
Yes,
So we're saying,
no.
the building, I mean, we got a couple notes here, they seem contradictory. You either have to or you do not have to come back for the building. What is,
We have to come back.
oh, you do have to come
Oh,
back?
yeah, we gotta
Oh, yeah.
But I thought this gentleman
It's not
said he
part
didn't
of
wanna
the-
come back.
We never,
It's a
no,
different
he's
thing.
saying he didn't wanna come back and then it not be known that the building was already designed for.
The drainage wasn't built into the drainage part of the,
You didn't want to rip the parking lot.
Because we never came forward, our
Okay.
initial proposal never included the building.
Does the public have any comment? Hearing none, I close the public hearing. Any further discussion? Yes, I'm ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move the application be approved with the following conditions. First, that the purpose of the plan be stated on sheets 1 and 2, and the purpose is, as the chairman stated, but to phrase it roughly, that the purpose of the plan is to provide a parking area for recreational vehicles. Second, that the word deep be substituted for the word high in the description of the trench on the stone trench on sheet 2. That the diameter of the perforated pipe specified on sheet 2 be changed from 36 feet to 36 inches. And that a note be added to the plan that the proposed building shown on the plan is not part of the approval, but the runoff from the building is included in the drainage calculations, and drainage design.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can we add a condition that the buffer be
Oh, thank you.
changed 100 feet from the stone wall?
I missed that one. I
And,
had it here, but didn't number it.
and the silk fence symbol will be changed to.
He fixes line type?
I have a note, yeah, I have a
Fix the
note.
line type in the symbol.
I have a note on mine.
So I'm adding to my motion a fifth item, that the 100-foot buffer line along Colby Road be changed so that the 100 feet starts at the stone wall property line of the subject property.
I'll second that amendment.
Any other discussion? Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Congratulations.
Thank you.
I should have some questions though. When I start doing the fill and stuff like that, is it Chip, are you the one that's gonna oversee it? Or come and look at, inspect as I go, or I don't know who does that?
Technically, it would be me.
Okay,
Considering the volume that you're doing, I probably would like to have the town engineer
okay.
do that.
All right, so before I start actually filling, I should probably meet with him?
We should probably have a pre-construction meeting
Okay,
with
just with you and,
you two guys, myself,
Okay.
and Steve Keach, or one of his representatives. And
okay,
we'll all get to the same place at
okay,
the same time.
all right. So before I start filling, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull dirt from the other one. I'm not gonna do any filling for months, because I gotta build it all up. Because in order to do it in 1 foot list, I gotta get a compactor, and I can't have it for months. So I'm gonna end up having to just line a pile of dirt, and then when it's ready to go, just start pushing
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
It'll be, okay. And then for the next meeting, we're gonna come.
Just around that pile of dirt, put some silt fence around it.
Around the pile of dirt? Yeah, I can do that.
As a precaution.
Yeah, that's fine. Now, for the next meeting, it won't be, it'll be 2 months from now before we come back, because we're gonna do the building. And do I meet with you first, though, on that? Okay.
It will be the same process, applications,
Yep.
the butter notifications,
Okay.
schedules.
All right. But it won't be going up till probably next year, but I want to get the ball in motion.
It's called job security.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, gentlemen?
What, let's put my notes to it on it?
Yeah, I'll take that.
I have 20 minutes. I've read them, I didn't bring them with me.
We pretty much went through them all, except for one, two.
Hey, I got one I wanted to comment on. I don't know if you did it or not. The last meeting, which we don't, we have the,
I read those ones.
you know, there was one whole conversation kind of left out.
I wasn't here.
Oh,
That's why I read them.
no, that's why you don't know they're wrong.
So I don't know if they're wrong.
I,
but I did read them.
that was my opinion. Is it appropriate to talk about this at this moment? It's the
Is this my
minutes of
copy, or is this-
7:14. Actually, it's not the minutes, it's the
I'd like to read this.
draft minutes.
Yeah, because the town once again is gonna
Do
build
we, does everybody have a copy of the
state
714 minutes?
specs to get federal aid, and it's gonna be obscenely overload for us.
Me,
Well,
Sort of like a
yeah.
bridge over the river.
There were only three of us.
East Hill Road.
No, there were four, I think that,
Should say in the front page.
it was just three of us? Okay, that's good enough. We had a meeting,
yeah,
and right at the end of the meeting, I think it was Tom that actually coined the verbiage. And this, I don't know if this was it, it said, in the event of a definition conflict, the zoning ordinance will prevail, something to that. But it's not really, it's not even really, you also.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was a subdivision
yep,
discussion.
right, that's right.
Right, I noticed that was missing here too.
In other words, we have definitions
Oh,
in
I
our
see what you're saying.
subdivision and in our zoning.
We're trying to eliminate, the object is to eliminate duplicate definitions in
Yes.
4 different places.
And Chip said it was too expensive to actually do it in writing, so we said, well, this is kind of a catch-all phrase, so if there's a problem, the zoning definition takes precedent. But there was really no mention of that.
Because all that stuff, we're gonna, I guess, review again at the next meeting.
Right.
So we can't forget about that.
Right, but that was, I mean, I think the minutes should reflect that conversation existed at least.
So was that after driveway or before driveway?
It was before driveways. It was when we were talking about definitions.
So you want to put that at the end of the definition section?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's where it should be, at the end of the definitions, instead of at the end of the definitions,
Or at the beginning.
either way.
Not in the middle?
Not tucked in.
Not in the middle.
I'll go back and listen to the thing and figure out where it belongs.
You put it in the middle and say, see beginning, or if not there,
Yeah.
check end.
You put notes after every
It's too,
definition, see end, see beginning.
And I'll make a note of these, listen to it.
So would you like to postpone the reading of the minutes until that correction has been made?
Yeah, and we can do them when we're doing the next meeting at the work session, right?
What a wonderful, we could go home by 8
No, we're
o'clock.
not done yet.
We've got 10 minutes.
That's not a biggie. That's a aye, aye, sir, sign it, turn it back over to me and let's go.
Voluntary merger form
Well, I'm going to step down from this conversation.
for the, self-storage across from Line Tots for those 2 lots.
You should appoint John as a voting member. Someone said from the audience.
I get this little whisper in my ear, I'll appoint John as a voting member for, since the
John
chairman
likes-
is stepping
John likes to be able
down.
to vote.
So, before I sign the site plans, which showed the lots being joined, They need to do a merger, so that's what they're doing here.
So what do you need?
I don't need anything. I
A
don't think.
motion, sign it.
I don't need a motion either, right? Do I? It's just
sign it.
letting everybody know what's going on.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, you need a motion.
in all
Do we?
cases, when we've had a voluntary merger, somebody's made a motion. It's
Yeah.
not just, it's pro forma, but somebody's made a motion, we've approved
Okay.
it, and then,
I move that we approve the voluntary merger, and you can insert the lot
Of lots
numbers.
X and X.
Right, insert the lot numbers.
Second.
All in favor? Their lot number's already here.
412-178 and 109-08.
That's, isn't that exactly what I said?
Yes, it is exactly what you said, I'm just repeating it.
What was the second number for the lot?
109/08.
08.
The tax map is 109, and the lot number is 08.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I'm not opposed, I'm gonna abstain.
One abstention.
Don't forget the
Because
date.
I don't really understand what the problem was. You're kind of whispering.
I'll explain it to you
Oh,
when,
okay.
when I get
I
that
don't-
paper
I don't
in
wanna know
hand,
what the
I'll
problem is, I
explain
guess.
it to you.
Oh, no, the site plan, the buildings cross a lot line, so they obviously can't remain as two lots. So they showed it on the, so when they do a voluntary merger, now they make it one lot, the buildings aren't crossing lot lines. It's all contained within the lot.
So what, you had to move lines?
No, they eliminated the line
Or they
by
eliminated
doing
the
the
line?
merger.
And what was the problem? Wasn't initially approached that way?
No, they essentially initially approached it that way, but they didn't do a lot line adjustment. It's not really a lot line adjustment the way they're doing it, because they eliminated the line. It's, you do it with this voluntary merger thing.
Yeah.
But they didn't do a,
So this must have been in a meeting I didn't attend.
No.
No?
well, for the site, for the self-storage on, across from Light Dots?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think probably they wanted to get the whole package approved before they made that move, because if it weren't approved,
They
then
weren't gonna buy the
they-
property.
Yeah.
Right,
The property purchase was contingent upon our approval.
that's right.
Is that the building that was removed down there?
Yeah.
Somebody, oh,
Yeah.
okay. All coming to me.
I'm gonna resign, you're unappointed.
Was it 29th, 28th?
Today's the
Time to
28th.
close the meeting.
I do wanna point out to Tom, I saw an email from a consultant of mine about EPA is doing a stormwater outfall study. No, the EPA is not doing it. The EPA is forcing towns to do it.
What is this?
The EPA is going to be forcing towns to do a stormwater study.
Didn't I send you an email about that?
You may have, I got a consultant, I don't know, I don't read your emails.
Why do I bother sending them to you?
I don't know, well, the one that says Southern Hampshire Planning Commission, I get 3 times, so I delete the one you send me.
What,
Anyway, the EPA has a program that's just getting ready to be implemented, I think it starts next year. The towns have, it's a 5-year program, I believe the first year is the towns have to develop a plan to study all the runoff outlets.
what is a runoff outlet?
Culvert outlet,
Oh, you're kidding me? Is this the mandate with no money?
drainage off the roof of the town buildings, drainage off town parking lots,
So how much are they funding for this?
and 0.
Yeah, well,
So, and what happens if we don't do it?
Then there's fines involved,
And how much are the fines?
didn't say.
These include, these are
That's
the
just,
driveway
that's just,
culverts
that's
too?
just, yes, that way, not individual driveway culverts. This is
anything,
town-
anything town,
Just
town
anything
property?
public
just town
property.
property,
Okay, so if
That
I have a
includes-
culvert across my driveway,
that's town
that's
property.
not, okay.
But all the roads from subdivisions past that have treatment swales and detention basins and those kind of things, that's all.
That's a huge
part of it.
undertaking.
Oh, it's massive.
And,
It's massive for Weare. I would imagine what it is for some of these other towns
Yeah.
to develop.
and tell me, what is the study information going to be used for?
It's going to be used to help repair the impaired rivers and streams in New Hampshire.
What does that mean to repair an impaired river?
It means that the Piscataqua River is impaired with sediment or some other kind of pollution needs. This study is going to help to repair the Piscataqua
Who
River.
does the study?
And,
EPA. Well, actually, the town's gonna do it.
well, and,
What I mentioned is phase one.
and so who's going to pay for the repairs to the river?
Well, who's gonna pay for the study? Let's get to the beginning
That's
first.
the phase, that's the year 2, 3, 4, 5 part is the town has to do it.
Yeah, but how do we know that town
Yes, that's
property
what
even
we're-
impacts the river?
That's why you gotta do a study.
Oh, it'd be a quick study.
Well, it's how it could be a quick study.
Can't be a quick study?
How expensive could this get?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It seems like that's the kind of thing that you get some guidance on from Southern New Hampshire planning, because it's gonna apply to all communities.
I've already sent an email to David Priest asking about it.
Obviously, someone else doesn't read their emails.
What? You sent it to Tom too?
I send it to everybody.
Yeah, but
What
everybody,
does EPA say? I didn't see that from you.
I didn't see it.
I'll
Did you see
do
it?
some email research.
Anything that comes out of Southern New Hampshire
That's
planning,
what we're
Oh,
going.
yeah, I might have seen it.
I'm pretty sure I read
Shit
it
can't
from Southern New Hampshire planning here a week or so
But-
ago.
You read those, right, before you send it? Could you put something in the title
It says, read this?
that says, in effect, this is what it's about? It's not just a course that they're offering. I mean, this is, you know,
This is
when
probably
this
just.
is an action item.
When I have time to critique all of the stuff from Southern
You don't
New
have to
Hampshire
critique.
planning, I will gladly
You
send it.
said you
to
read it. That's
One of those
what
little,
I do read it, and I say this should go to the planning board.
I'll at least send you the thing from the consultant. He had a Jim Go, I'm sure some of you heard of Jim Go. He's a soil scientist, wetland scientist, all that kind of stuff. He sends out a monthly opinion article on various wetland regulations thing. This is his monthly opinion article this week.
Opinion
This way.
article on this could be interesting.
Yes, it's a warning. It's basically what this 3-page letter is, 2 or 3-page letter is a warning.
Could
I'll
you
send
forward
it
it to me and I will send it to the
No, you don't read my emails either.
assembled. I always read your emails.
No, then you call me back, you didn't send that email. Yes, I did.
I'd read Craig's because I don't get many, but I get a lot of them that say Southern New Hampshire planning.
Yes.
It's easy to
Right.
just,
I forward them right on. You guys are the ones that need to know about it. I live in Bradford. We're MCRD,
I had a couple things I might,
Marine Corps Recruit
as a
Depot.
CIP member that have come up, I thought I'd tell you about. The bridge on River Road, I don't know if you guys are all aware, is in tough shape. It's gonna be coming up for, it needs to be repaired so it can be safe to drive across, then it needs to be replaced.
Didn't it just get red listed?
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's 20 ton. Selectmen have lifted the trucking restriction on Peasley Hill Road temporarily while it's at 20 ton rating. I've got an email with an engineer's report from the state, if anyone wants a copy of it, I can send it to you.
We've already, the highway department has already sandblasted. We have sandblasted so that the engineer who's working with us can go down and look at it and see what can be done as far as welding and support, so that we can bring the weight level back to where it was temporarily while we have a long-range plan.
Use thick paint.
And then they're gonna
That's what
be,
they did to begin, that's what they built it with.
the state's gonna be closing Route 77 next week.
I saw the signs. What's that all about?
They gotta replace a culvert underneath 77,
Where?
and it's deep,
At
and it's
Center
gonna
Road.
collapse. So the trench is gonna be 30 feet wide at the top, so.
Just
They're
west
closing-
of
they're
Center
closing the
Road.
whole road?
Yes,
Where is this on 77?
If you're
West
going
of-
two
down
houses up
77,
past
Center
Center
Road.
Street,
Be-
Center Road,
So it's between Pine Hill and Center?
No,
No.
up the other way,
Oh, okay, so between Center and the old store?
right.
Okay.
It's actually, if you're headed
Just before your house.
it's just before the turn to Center Woods Road. 'Cause that whole bank is collapsing, they've had cones on there for a long time. We had a guy from the state come to our board meeting a couple of weeks ago because we wanted to see if they could keep a lane open. But because they have to go in so deep with these cement things that they're gonna use to hold that bank and then gradually get more shallow with them as they go up, they're gonna have to go under more than one lane of the road, so they have to close it completely.
So 77 is closed or Center is closed?
77.
So we can still use Center Road.
So if
No,
I'm going from,
70.
if I'm going from this building to Concord, it wouldn't affect me.
Not if you're going down Center Woods Road now.
I'd go down Center Woods Road, take a right turn on 77.
You're fine.
But if I took a left turn because I wanted to go to the store, I couldn't, it's gonna be.
Okay.
So if I was coming from Reservoir Drive to the Concord, I had to go to Center Road.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah,
as of
it's
next
guardrail.
Monday.
And how long?
Basement sets a guardrail.
About 3 weeks.
Almost the file.
So at least a month.
Yeah,
Hopefully before school starts.
that's what
That
they're
could be
hoping for. I
interesting.
really wanna try to get it done before school starts,
Yeah, that could be a bit of a nightmare.
yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to be a little bit earlier.
So you can still get from Concord to here without having to take any detours.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause that would be a real,
Unless you live on Reservoir Drive.
True.
that'd be a real pain for me.
Or
If I
in
couldn't
North
use
Ware Village where I
77.
live.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
you're.
Like right on the other side.
Okay.
When's that
Tried to
start?
convince them they needed to keep.
August 1st.
For emergency vehicles because.
It's coming right up, isn't it?
Yeah, next week.
Fire trucks have to come down and actually, if they don't use Woodbury Road, which
I'm hoping somebody has contacted Concord Fire Dispatch, because Weare gets a lot of mutual aid from Bow on automatic fires, from Concord, from Dunbar, from Hopkinton, they come that way. And that could prove to be disastrous.
Well, anything coming out of Concord in a big truck is turning left on Center Road.
Huh?
Yeah.
Anything coming out of Concord's turning left on Center Road, because a big truck can't make the turn onto 114.
Unless they're going to Tom's
right,
house.
that was the current concern with fire trucks, that you had to go down and.
Or they go to
back up.
Reservoir and all of a sudden if they're not running with a GPS, they've got a detour, at least let the dispatch know what's going on and what the detour is.
That's a marvelous idea. Why don't you call them up?
It's not my wheelhouse.
It's no metro wow, as they say in San Juan.
Is everyone gonna need June 23rd meeting to be sent to them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'd rather have him than not.
Great.
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn.
Player second.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.